Hey guys, it's Diane from DianeHockman.com, and I want to just show you something really quick, which I think is really relevant for all of you that have a home business. It's an envelope. I don't know if you can see it. It is a handwritten envelope. So, of course, I opened it because it was just like a handwritten envelope and it was personal as opposed to all the other. I got a pile of mail. I should have brought over the whole pile. I got a pile of mailings, junk mail, and all kinds of things. And, people trying to get me to get another credit card and, all kinds of junk, pile of junk. But this was the one thing. Actually, I got something else personal too. Steve Koskoff, thank you. Thank you for the goodie and the card. So I got a couple things. I got a pile of junk mail, solicitations, etc. Solicitations, sign up for our credit card, sign up for a loan. I don't know. I must have gotten on some list. I keep getting business loan things. Just all things that are clearly commercial. I happen to get a box from Steve, and I saw the little send out cards logo, so I knew it was from somebody sending me something, probably brownies, and it was, which is awesome. So I opened that right up. And I also got a present from my dear friend Lisa Grossman that has been on back order, so we were waiting for it. So that was a goodie. And then I got this one envelope. So everything else went into the recycling, ripped it up, shredded the things that had to be shredded. And then this envelope got opened because it was personal. It was kind of homemade. And when I opened it up, it was this little kind of like a business card, and the person wrote, I don't know if you guys can see it, he wrote inside, indicating to look inside. And this is from the local GMC dealership, and it's the general sales manager, Kyle Ziering. Kyle, hey, shout out to you. You made me open, which is good. And chances are I would think of you before I would think of anybody else if I wanted a card. Fortunately, I just bought one, so I don't need one. And it says, Diane, call me. I'm interested. Handwritten again. Handwritten. See, everybody thinks it has to be fancy, and everybody thinks they have to have all this slick stuff. I'm just using a webcam right now. I usually just use a webcam. My video quality is not so great. There's not the best production values, but it's personal. He says, call me. I'm interested in purchasing your vehicle. I'm also pretty sure I can get you into a new model and lower your payment. And he put his phone number and his stuff. So what's interesting is, first of all, this is a guy who has some hustle. Okay, he's not just sitting in the dealership waiting for someone to walk in. Are you doing that in your business, sitting at the computer, looking at Facebook or whatever all day, waiting for someone to buy something? It doesn't work that way, especially in the beginning when you don't have leads. Now, after you have a list and you've built it, you can just send out an email and money comes in. But until you do, this is called hustle. Kyle just must not have had as many leads as he wanted this week or this month, or he didn't have the list filled up, or he didn't have the clientele. Maybe he's a new sales manager. So he decided to hustle and go out and find leads. And he probably found out that one of my cars has a recall on it. And he is the GM dude, right? GM dealership. So he knows that I have a car that has a recall on it that has to come into his dealership anyway to get some work done. And, so he turned me into a lead. It's pretty smart. But the point being is that he was not embarrassed to handwrite something. He didn't think he needed something fancy. He didn't need fancy envelopes. He didn't need anything fancy. He just needed to get a hold of me and get what could have been potentially the right message in front of the right person. Now, in my case, it wasn't the right message today, but I'm probably going to hang on to this because I like to buy from people that have hustle. I like to buy from people that reach out. I like to buy from people that are not afraid to put their phone number and say call anytime. I like to buy from people that are looking to do business. So you guys really want to think about, am I hustling? Am I reaching out? Am I touching people? Am I offended by the fact that Kyle sent this to me? I keep saying his name, right? Kyle. Am I offended by it? Do I feel like I was solicited or bothered? Actually, no, I'm not. I found it interesting and personal. And, I'm not offended that he reached out. Now, if he had sent me a big package full of, glossy stuff that looked like it wasn't for me personally, I probably would have never even opened it. If this envelope had been printed and if it had had a bunch of glossy stuff and it had this, a lot of times you get from the car dealerships, they put a key in there and say, if this key starts the car, you win. And it's a ploy to get you into the dealership, or they tell you they're going to give you a free something when you buy a car, take a test drive or whatever. It's a marketing technique. I don't want to be the subject of a marketing technique. I actually want to deal with somebody, especially when buying a car. I want to deal with somebody that I feel is, has my interest in mind. Obviously they need to make money and make a living, but I'd like to know that they're going to look after me. So this stuff works, guys. And just so you know, in my history, I started my whole mail order career when I was doing a lot of mail order with handwritten postcards with scratch and sniff stickers on them, like the kind you got in the 3rd grade. And the response was ridiculous. So stop trying to make it fancy and just get the word out. You can get fancy later. Okay, fancy will come, and fancy is awesome. But this stuff, this is the stuff that dreams are made of, and this is a starting ground, because there ain't one of you that doesn't know how to write out an envelope. There isn't one of you that doesn't know how to reach out and invite somebody to your newsletter. There's not one of you that doesn't know how to dial a phone number and just check in on people without trying to get them, trying to help them. I'll see you guys later. Visit my blog over at dianehochman.com. Get on my list so I can send you more good stuff. See you later.